So Nollywood, Nigeria's movie industry, continues to record impressive growth in the country, and new high box office figures are recorded every year. For instance, Nollywood crossed the 2 billion naira mark this year, and more filmmakers also crossed over ₦1 billion, showing a local growth. However, despite Nollywood's meteoric rise as a cultural powerhouse and a leader in content volume, the industry still faces a glass ceiling in the global cinematic arena. Unlike the music industry, which is experiencing a global acceptance, Nigerian films are still struggling to get recognition and scale their presence. The executive director of the National Film and Video Censors Board, Dr. Shaibu Seni, who is also a renowned film critic and a member of jury of some film festivals and awards, has provided a sobering analysis of why Nigerian films, while dominating at home, often struggle to achieve a big break status in international theatrical and festival circuits. Hussaini identified a critical gap between volume and value, urging filmmakers to pivot their strategies if they hope to compete with the likes of Hollywood and South Korean cinema. Hear him.
Well, there's space for them, but we need to up our game in terms of the values. After all, the only category that's expected from other countries at the Oscars is when they make movies in their indigenous language. But the reason why our indigenous language don't get there is because we make those films thinking that we are only satisfying our local audience. We are not making the films thinking that these films will go beyond our shores. So we are so soaked with the language, but we don't bother so much about proper subtitling. We don't bother so much about making the story more contemporary so that people can relate to it beyond us. The production values are still not strong. Even if we want to make all those our special effects, they look like elementary, and all that. But I know somebody will tell me that, oh, it has to do with funding, availability of infrastructure and the rest. But man, if you want to compete globally, you have to do things right. You don't just say, oh, because it's a Yoruba or Hausa film or Igala film, then somebody should just watch it and like it. Oh no. Yes, the story may be good, but the production value has to be strong. I mean, if you see films like Jagun Jagun and the rest, if all those SFS they do, if they are not strong enough, people will not enjoy them. They will look at them at every other indigenous story. So we need to up the scale. We need to look at the production values. No, the costumes, okay, we can wear all those ashoke and all those dresses, indigenous dresses, but we can do them up in such a way that it could be accepted globally. We need to think locally, but present our stories so that it can resonate globally.